Alright, so last time when I made this video, I pressed the wrong button. Well, I never pressed it. I never unpressed the mute button because there's that sound at the beginning, and that's the only way to get rid of it. So I didn't have any audio on this, so I'm going to do a summary that will be a little bit shorter than the video, but we'll get the idea about it. So yesterday I started this experiment by trying to go into the zone and trying to find a place that was closer where I wouldn't get a lot of orders, and it went okay. I didn't get a very big order, but I didn't get flooded with offers. I got maybe like 12, 15, and that was not what I was trying to prove. But overall, but I also decided that I needed to try a few other ideas to make sure I'm on the right path. So today, I went to a spot that I normally wait at to see what it would be like. And I was going to wait till Monday to update you on this, but I can do it now. So I sat right up north in my area, and it was not good. I saw 3 DashMart orders, and everything else was not there. So it's back to the drawing board. But I kind of figured this would happen. I have a couple different spots I want to try waiting at. You see, I want to make a consistent approach of where I go to get orders during the lunch shift. So at 10:30, I always start near the same place, and I always get the first order by 11. It's usually pretty big. I'll often see several to make a choice about. Then, after that, I'll pause and leave, like I've done several videos on, get well outside of the city, then get my second order from west of the city. That usually goes well. And then after that, it's hit or miss, and it's mostly miss. And it's been frustrating me for a couple weeks because it's been meaning that I'll be at 70 or 60, and then maybe I'll get one more, and if I really push, I'll get to 100. But it's been a lot of declining, a lot of searching, and it's an utter mess, honestly. So I need to fix it up because I figure if I go to a certain place at a certain time, 2 different times a day, if I could figure out 2 more times to continue the shift, then every day I could just repeat the same pattern. I could just come in, I'll go to one spot, I'll get an order eventually. When I get done with that, I'll go to the next spot, I'll get the order eventually. I'll get done with that, then I'll go to the next spot, I'll get the order eventually, get done with that, and then do it the last time. And I'll get 3 to 4 large orders a day doing that just by going to certain places at certain times. And it's pretty much predictable. I guess demand will change it around a little bit, but, I mean, this is taking advantage of some of the natural things that happen during a lunch shift. A lunch shift, there's hardly anything until about 10, 11, 15. By 11, a few orders come in trying to get it earlier, but then right around 11:30, there's tons and tons of orders. Then about 12:15, 12:20, it slows down, and by 1 to 2, there's barely anything again. So it's just to kind of explain that whole little period of time. But I'm finding there's some other unique factors in my market, and I think that at each one of these times, I need to be someplace different. I just haven't figured it all yet, although I'm closer because I have done because I do remember where I was when I've gotten big orders on various days. All I'm trying to do now is fine-tune it into one complete pattern. So what was important about yesterday was to understand how close I could get to the area and still make it seem like I was sitting out here. And that's what was really important about yesterday. So I know that going into the area completely could work, and maybe it won't work, but it's somewhere in between where I'm just outside of my zone or just in it. But direction's important too. And I think that's the factor that's killing me, is because when I chose the spot I chose now, I chose a spot by DashMart. And there we go, DashMart. And DashMart with tons of orders that are never paying more than $7. And it's like if you hang too close to DashMart, you get prioritized for them. So next time I want to pick a location that's further away from DashMart, which would probably be south of the area, but I can't go too far away. So I'm just going to have to play around with it a little bit. And so I'm going to go through next week trying out different spots until something starts hitting consistently. Now, I had another a great idea just came to me from Gig Hustler, and I think it's going to be interesting, which we're probably going to try in 2 weeks. I'm going to try scheduling the 1:30 to 2:30 time slot in advance, like a week in advance, and then see what happens during that time slot. I might even schedule it from 1:30 to 1:30 to 3:30, 1:30, because that time has just been dead. Maybe 1:30 to 4:30. Just leave the app on and wait at these various locations and see what happens. Because I've heard from a lot of people too, Gig Hustlers heard it and I've heard it, that people are convinced that they schedule and they get good orders. I think that might be more of where they are when they start the shifts, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something to it. We'll have to find out. I mean, I've always been able to find great orders anyway, but I've never really played around with that as much, so I definitely want to check that out too. So on Monday, I'm going to continue this. As for today's results, I saw about 3 dash marks. Yesterday wasn't great, but the general ideal, if you get it, is to have a day where I can consistently go to 4 different locations and at each location get a pretty large order and just be able to maximize my results. Thanks for watching this video and the last video without the sound. If you want to see me just declining orders, the other video went a little longer. But thanks again. Have a good day.